Hey guys, it's Coach Steve, and tonight I wanted to address an area of training that I've been recommending to quite a few of our clients lately, and that is just getting into the rhythm with some Zone 2 type of training. And I wanted to explain what that is and kind of the benefits that you might see from that. And I kind of figured maybe the best way to do that would be to do it while I'm doing Zone 2 training, just to kind of give you a feel for maybe what that looks like. So first off, what is Zone 2 training? Zone 2 training, if you listen to the likes of Peter Attia and those type of medical type of doctors, are basically looking at lactate. It is a byproduct that comes from your metabolism when you start to metabolize glycogen instead of using oxygen and fat burning. And the reason that's important is because we're specifically focused on and interested in maintaining that aerobic or that oxygen burning zone so that we can convert that into energy, use that for conversion into energy more efficiently and effectively. And that's what Zone 2 training does for us. It helps us learn to use the oxygen that's available in our system and helps us to do that better, more efficiently, more effectively. So that's kind of the benefit. Long term, the better you're able to do that, the more efficient that you're going to process oxygen, the more efficient you're going to burn energy in that system. And that's the system that can last the longest. That's the one, if you're going to go do an effort for many hours, that's kind of the region you're going to be in. How do you know that you're in that area? What we're shooting for is a heart rate zone for many. It is possible to measure your lactate through a blood sample that you do through a finger prick, but generally in our gym we're looking for a heart rate zone, and that is going to be around that 70-ish% mark, 75% mark. For me, I'm looking at going up to about 130 beats per minute, maybe 135. That is a number that I can maintain. And as you notice, I'm able to continue to talk. I should be able to talk through this the entire time. And it's not perfectly conversational. I'm going to start talking in bursts the harder I go. I will start picking it up as we go. But the idea is that you're still able to breathe and control your heart rate and keep it at a level that doesn't start to hurt in any way, shape, or form. You could literally do this for hours on end as long as you're in a comfortable place, right? At some point, the bike seat here will become the bigger impact, and I just want to get off. So that's how you know you're in Zone 2. This is something that should be very easy to maintain. The way I approach this is I jump on the bike and I start monitoring my heart rate. You can see that on the screen now, just under 120 beats per minute. And I have a pretty good idea of what my cadence on the bike should be to get me to the zone I want to be in. I have not, however, done that while talking. So I've started off a little slower. And if you don't know where you're going with it, I recommend the same thing. Start off slow. Go for about 5 minutes. See where your heart rate is. If it's low, slowly ramp it up a little bit and go for 5 more minutes. It should be that kind of level of incremental adding. If you don't have something you control, like for instance, I'm on an air bike, I can absolutely control how fast I'm going. The resistance is consistent, and the only variable here is just how fast I move my legs and arms. If I get my heart rate too high, I slow down a little bit. And I'm talking 3 RPMs. Really, it's a pretty small change. If I need to go a little faster, so right now it's been 5 minutes, I'm gonna pick it up about 3 RPMs and see where that goes. And all the while monitoring that heart rate. Continuous is better. You can do this without continuous. You can check it via your pulse, kind of get a feel. But there's enough heart rate monitors on the market now. It's pretty easy to get. You can even do it on your phone if you wanted to. There's apps that you can use the camera on your phone, hold your finger up to it, and see what that is. And you can generalize as well. You don't have to go for something that is exactly within a heart rate zone. You can guesstimate by your ability to have a conversation, right? If I go much above 130 beats per minute, it's going to be much harder to have this conversation, much harder for me to go. Why is that important? Why is it important for me not to go super hard all the time? And that simply is because this will not tax my body. I'm burning calories. I'm focusing on oxygen conversion, using the energy within my body in a way that the body is designed to go for a long period of time. So I can do this training and it won't negatively impact my training down the road. I can come in tomorrow and I can do my normal workout, my normal strength training, a CrossFit workout, or even more zone 2, and there's not going to be a huge negative impact as long as I'm getting enough calories and enough rest to recover from the effort. And that's really the big benefit, is that this is one of those places where you can get more movement in, focus on a training aspect, in this case heart rate and breath control, and still get huge benefits that will last you forever as long as you keep this up, as long as you keep continuing to train just a little bit and continuing to focus on this as a training tool rather than a race, right? Where you get into problems here is when you think, okay, I did this yesterday, I need to go faster today. That's not the goal of this training. If you do this enough over time, that will automatically happen. You're going to start going to a place where, yeah, you're going to start producing better. That's what training does. But this isn't one of those times where you want to push for more, because when you do, your heart rate's going to go up faster. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to accumulate about 2 to 3 hours a week in this type of training. I do this via light jogs, even fast walking. Obviously, plenty of time on the bike. This is also a good place if you are a little more fit, where a rucksack or a weight vest when you go for a walk can help keep your heart rate a little bit higher. Walking alone for many people probably isn't quite enough, though if that's all you have, that can still be wildly beneficial. So don't feel like you have to have anything special or go super hard with this type of training. You can literally just find whatever you have and control the things that you're able to. You don't have to overthink it. If you get out of zone a little bit, that's not the end of the world. You're still training. The biggest thing is just try to maintain those pieces that you can control and provide some variability. And for me, since this is a weak pull for me, this is a weakness. This is one that I choose to work on more consistently, especially coming off of my hip surgery, where I'm not able to do a lot of the things I really want to, and I've lost some of that as well. So this serves as a great tool for me, because I can really just get comfortable with movement again and start pushing some of that as well. And you can see I slowed down a little bit, heart rate drops, and it really doesn't take much. Just a couple of RPMs, lack of focus just a little bit, and it starts to change. If you haven't tried it, give some Zone 2 training a try. Don't be afraid to play with this. This is one of those that you really should be able to do it for a long period of time. And as you can tell, you should be able to kind of have a conversation while doing it. I'm going to stay on this for probably about another 30 minutes. So no reason for everybody to watch all that. It doesn't change. It stays right there. But I'd love to see what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know what questions you have about zone 2.